Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, wanted to seek the blessings of Shri Radha Madhav, as the Sakhis, the Panchatattva, Radha, Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balaram, Gaunitai, Shri Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the some devotees. Today I wanted to just very quickly go through this visit we had from Mayapur to Ekachakra. So here's Mayapur. Ekachakra is about 100 miles, 133 kilometers away from Mayapur. Takes about 4 hours by car. It used to be quite a tough journey. I don't know if anybody's been to Ekachakra. Sitaram, have you been to Ekachakra? Or Karuna? Have you managed to go to Ekachakra?
No, Prabhu.
Ah.
I have been to Mayapur, I have been to Vrindavan and New Delhi, other places, sacred places. I have been. Okay.
Right.
No, Prabhu, I haven't been there.
Okay. So when you come to Mayapur, it's worth a visit. It's a whole day out because it takes 4 hours to get there, 4 hours back. But we, spent about 12 hours away. We left at about 7 in the morning. Was it 6? 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. Come back about 6:30 at night. But we can get there. The roads have improved a lot. In the past, the roads were not good at all, but over the last year or two, they've improved the road system. So it doesn't take 4 hours to get there. It takes about 3 and a bit hours. Less bumpy, less bumpy. But if we leave early enough, then we can have breakfast at the ISKCON temple in Ekachakra. And that is a really phenomenal temple. And we'll come. I've actually shared the video on Guru Maharaj's group. And you'll see the deities are very special. Krishna's bending his head even more than usual and got an extraordinary smile on his face. And the Sakhis are so close to him, and Radharani's face, head is tilted a bit. So very interesting. Ekachakra is a small village and located 20 miles away from the town of Rampurat in the Birbhum district of West Bengal. Within Hindu tradition, so this is a summary. 5 Pandavas from the epic Mahabharata are described as staying in Ekachakra during their years in exile. It is also famous as the birthplace of Nityananda Ram, a principal religious figure in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. So that's why we actually visit Ekachakra, because it's Lord Nityananda's appearance, birthplace. It's a fantastic place, actually. So why is it called Ekachakra? During the Kurukshetra battle, when Krishna broke his pledge of not taking sides in the battle in order to save Arjuna, he had charged with a wheel to strike Bhishma, who had been fighting with Arjuna. So Bhishma was really fighting well, and Arjuna was a little tentative. He was a little hesitant because his grandfather was fighting him. So Krishna got annoyed with Arjuna and he came off the chariot and took the wheel from his chariot and he was running towards Bhishma. Oh, you can see the picture here. And at that time, Bhishma was really happy because although the Lord had vowed not to fight in this battle, Bhishma had taken a vow that I will make you fight. So this is the Lord. This is Krishna. He is willing to break his own vow in order to fulfill the vow of his devotee. This is why the Lord is so lovable and so sweet. He doesn't care. The world will condemn him for breaking his vow. It doesn't matter to him because he wants to please the devotee. That is the topmost desire of the Supreme Lord. He wants to please his devotees. So here he is pleasing Bhishma by making his desire for Krishna to fight in the battle come true. So let's go. Krishna's coming at him with the wheel, the Sudarshan Chakra. And Bhishma is smiling and he's really enjoying the scene where he's seeing this ferocious form of Krishna coming towards him. So at that time, Arjun tried to catch Krishna and got hold of him by his waist and was dragged along. And he promised, don't break your promise, please. I will fight. Please don't. So anyway, when Krishna heard the plea from Arjun, he stopped. Then he threw the wheel away. Right? Once you take the wheel, once you've armed yourself, you got to use it. So he used it by throwing it away. And it landed in this village of Ekachakra. That's a long, long way from Kurukshetra. It's thousands, maybe 1,000 miles, 1,000 kilometers. So that's how it got its name, Ekachakra. Eka means one, and Chakra means the wheel. In the Mahabharata, it's said to be the place where the demon Bakasura was slain by Bhima. And the 5 Pandavas are described to have stayed in Ekachakra during their years in exile. So it's a really interesting place. So apart from all of that, it's Nityananda's yeah, we'll come to that. It's Nityananda's appearance place, birthplace. Who is he? Nityananda is the incarnation of Lord Balaram, non different from Balaram. Except, okay, the internet might be a little dodgy, so if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. Anyway, Nityananda is Balaram, but there's a little added ingredient called compassion. He's very, very compassionate as Nityananda. And he appears at Ekachakra Dham to assist Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, manifest the most magnanimous pastimes. So let's see what's there. In Ekachakra Dham, there's loads of pastimes of Lord Nityananda. There are Nityananda Kund, Nitai Kund, which is actually in the place of the birthplace. The actual, you're not allowed to take pictures at this place, so we couldn't take any. But Lord Nityananda's birthplace is a small, it's a nice small temple over it. But they've also built a huge temple next to it, huge temple. Nice, very nice temple, it's peaceful, where they had the deities of Radha Krishna, I think it was, and Gaunitai, Panchatattva maybe. So it was a very nice temple. And there is different sacred waters around there. Nitai, there's something called the Janu Kund or the Jantu Gada. Nitai's mother had a desire to bathe in the Ganga and other sacred rivers. So he didn't want her to go away. So he brought all the sacred waters from all the holy places to this kund to save the local residents from having to journey to the Ganga to take a sacred bath. It is also called Hantugada because Nityananda Prabhu used to perform the Chit Dahi festival of distributing chip rice with yogurt prashadam here. And he would take the prashad while kneeling down. So there's a little structure in the middle of the kund. It's the original temple of Bhakti-mam Ray.
That's his brother.
That's his brother, but also he's regarded to be Krishna himself, Bhakti-mam Ray. And he now has a temple which is said to be built by Nityananda on the other side of Ekachakra.
He showed the form of Krishna.
Yeah, yes. There's another place there. Yes, that's right. There's the Pandav Thala. That's where the 5 Pandavas are they're murtis of 5 Pandavas. I don't think I've seen anywhere else these murtis of 5 Pandavas. And Kunti Mata and Vyasdev. Yeah, Vyasdev. So they have a very beautiful temple now there. Before it was just a small little place, but now they've expanded it and made it into a very nice temple with a nice pujari there. It was very friendly and helpful. The area is surrounded by a group of Kali Kadamba trees. Okay. Another feature of Ekachakra is Banki Ma Rahi temple. The deities at Bankim Rai temple is a deity into which Lord Nityananda entered to end his pastimes in this world. So this is the deity here. It's very beautiful, and the temple is a nice place to visit, as there are many other sites within a few hundred meters. Ekachakra is such a special place because of its remoteness. It is rarely visited by most devotees. So this is the ISKCON temple from outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And Ekachakra is also where Bhim killed Bakasura in an ancient Shiva temple in Ekachakra. So Bakasura, the demon, lived near the city of Ekachakra, sometimes called Chakra Nagari, and forced the village headman to send him a large number of provisions every week, which he devoured along with the bulls of the bullock carts and the men who provided them. The Pandavas and Kunti Devi were living in that village after Lakshagraha case in the home of a Brahmin. So this was where they were tried to be murdered in the house of Lak wood. One day Kunti heard voices of mourning from another room. She asked the Brahmin who was living there as to what's happening. The Brahmin's sons told her about Bakasura's demands and said that now it was their father's turn to go. So that's why they were crying. Kunti told them that there's no need for them to worry because her son Bhim will go instead of the Brahmin. Next day, Bhim met the villagers and his mother and brother. When brothers went to Bakasura's den in the forest, he stopped before the den, freed the bulls so that Bakasura could not harm them, and started eating food which was sent for Bakasura. Bakasura, who was waiting for his meal, came out of the den very in anger. He asked Bhim about his late arrival and stopped him from eating his food. Bhim did not give a response and threw utensils and pots at him. Bakasura started hitting him with his mace. Bhim started laughing and continued his meal. Bakasura's hits were unable to harm Bhim. After finishing the meal, Bhim punched Bakasura. They started a great duel. Bhim broke his mace. He plucked large trees and hit Bakasura. Then he plucked out Bakasura's horns and killed him by crushing his chest by his own horns. Then Bhim reached Ekachakra village and told the villagers and his family about the event that unfolded. The villagers and the king thanked Bhim and his family. So this is one of the pastimes in near Ekachakra. There's other things in Ekachakra. Other temples. There's Radha Kund is there, Shyam Kund is there, Giri Govardhan is there. We visited them. But they're not very well developed yet. But I'm sure there's a plan to develop those areas. You remember any other temples in Ekachakra? There was a temple of Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. One time, his mother, Nitai's mother, wanted to go to Jagannath Puri. So Nitai, he brought Jagannath there. So there's a temple of Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. And around it, there's some, I think I posted this video on the group. Around the temple, there are some very nice carvings of different murtis, like Nrsingadev, very beautiful Nrsingadev there. There are a few other temples there. There's a very nice small humble temple with a very sweet Brahmin. And they had a very nice deity of Lord Krishna. So again, I posted it on the group. You can have a look. So then we wanted to, today we were very fortunate to, we didn't actually go inside the Chandakazi Samadhi, we just saw it from outside. But the Samadhi of Chandakazi is there. He became a devotee after he broke the Madanga and Nrsingadev paid him a visit. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the huge Sankirtan party also visited him and he surrendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then there is the Jagannath temple in Rajapur. This is quite a famous temple, and it's regarded that if you visit Jagannath Puri, or if you can't visit Jagannath Puri, you can visit Rajapur, and the benefit is exactly the same. These deities are very, very special deities that came in a very special way, and this temple has been given to the Hare Krishna movement to look after. And, it's been maintained very nicely. Around that temple, there's also Simantini Devi's temple. Mahadev. Okay. Mahadev, Lord Shiva, was enlightening his eternal consort, Parvati, by speaking up to her about Krishna's pastimes. He pointed out to her that Srimati Radhika has created the 9 islands of Ekachakra Navadvip by her own desire, and that she then joined with Krishna at this place to become the single spiritual form of Gaurahari. Parvati felt filled with joy. She requested her Lord to show her Navadvip Dham and tell her how could he see Gaurahari. Shiva told her that Gaurahari in the upcoming Kali Yuga would descend at Navadvip Dham as Gaurahari. Shiva explained that Lord Krishna, Gaurahari is Lord Krishna, but with the mood and color of Srimati Radharani. And after Gaurahari descended, Lord Shiva continued. He would distribute love of Godhead, which is not even available to the demigods. He would distribute that to the most fallen. So Parvati Devi desired to immediately drop everything and began tapasya. Receiving Lord Shiva's permission, Parvati came and performed great austerities in the forest for a long time. And then Gaurahari actually appeared to her and gave her his blessings. So that's around here. Then yesterday we were fortunate to go to a number of places. Godrum Dvip, where is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house, which is I think known as Godrum Bihari's Bhaktijan Kutir. And then there's Surabhi Kunj. Surabhi Kunj is like his office. So we were fortunate to visit both places, and they still got some incredible potency in those places. Very, very sweet places. We also went to Nrsinghapali, where we did prayers for Lord Nrsinga there for everybody's protection. Very old deity there. And there was Harihar temple. Harihar is Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. I'll try to post those, probably be tomorrow now. But a very, very beautiful form of the Lord, half Shiva, half Vishnu. One side is black, the other side is white. The white side is Lord Shiva, and next to him is Parvati, and then the black side is Lord Vishnu. Next to him is Lakshmi Devi. So really fascinating deities. Very amazing place actually. And he said this Lord Shiva is as good as the Lord Shiva in this place is as good as Varanasi. Now, Varanasi is where, if one passes away, Shiva comes and chants the name of Ram. So here, one passes away, Lord Shiva is very kind. He chant the name of Gaura, Gaura Hari. So this place is regarded as good, if not better, than Varanasi. There's a few other places there in Navadvip. There was the place where there's a murti of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva combined. It's got 5 heads. Fascinating place. 4 of those heads belong to Brahma and 1 belongs to Lord Shiva. And Navadvip, we went there as well, and we struggle in Navadvip always, but this time actually it was a unique experience because we went to a few temples there, and one of the temples, the pujari was extremely friendly, and it was good because we finally got a contact in Navadvip whom we can call before we go and spend some time in this temple. This temple was very phenomenal temple because he had some amazing shilas and beautiful deities of God and time. And the pujari was a cook as well. So he would be in the kitchen and then he would be diving into the altar and then back in the kitchen. And he was cooking 7 sabjis. Oh, that's what he was telling us anyway. And we took a little clip. I think I'll share the clip of the kitchen as well tomorrow. And he's cooking with his wife. Really amazing kitchen, very old style, traditional kitchen. So superb. So in Navadvip, there's quite a few temples. Navadvip is across the Ganga from Mayapur. So one can reach there within 5 minutes. And in Navadvip, there's another temple called Sona Gauranga. And this deity is completely made in gold. The temple is perhaps a little bit run down, but the mood and the atmosphere is very sweet there. Very nice to be there, to go there. There's a few other temples as well in Navadvip, which are interesting pastimes of God time took place. So that's what I wanted to share for Mayapur, Navadvip, Ekachakra, and Navadvip. Okay, anybody, any comments, any questions? You can stop there. Mayapur Dham ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, you had been to Kalki Dham over there?
Kalki Dham is in Punjab, right? That's Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
No, this visit we're not going to be able to go.
And I was there, I and my companion, and so many devotees were over there. And we did the Sankirtan over there. Sankirtan over there 1 or 2 days, and we remained about and we cook prasad ourselves with all those requirements we cook, and Guru Maharaj was very happy. Very well.
Yeah, I think I was with you at that trip because we did book distribution, right?
I don't remember, Prabhu. Maybe.
Because we were singing on the streets and devotees were also at the same time distributing books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Mayapur Dham ki jai.